Shreddage 3 Hydra or the Odin 3? Which one should you get? You're gonna know by the end of this video, buddy. Because I'm gonna show you all the nitty gritty of both of these plugins, including the articulations, the out of the box tone, the flexibility, and then at the end of this video, I'm gonna do a guitar shootout where each plugin is gonna play the same riff across different genres in pop punk, thrash metal, and nu metal, so you can hear them in action and hear exactly what they'll sound like, so you can decide which one you want. For CPU usage, the Odin wins by a long shot. The Hydra 3, I can have one instance of it, just one, and it can take my shit up to like 50. And if I have two of them, oh, it's crackling. It's crackling for sure. But the Odin is a standalone VST, whereas the Hydra 3 is a contact library. And it has a heavier load, more storage, and it just is a CPU annihilator. Number 2, out of the box tone. Now this one goes to Hydra completely, no contest, because Hydra has this console tab where you can choose between different guitar cabinets. You can do different effects like reverb, different distortion pedals. So you don't really need an amp sim with Hydra. The Odin, however, you can change the tone a little bit. You can change the pickup and things like that, which you can also do in the Hydra, but there's not really an entire section dedicated to the amps. I feel like to get really good guitar tones with the Odin, you're gonna need an amp sim. With the Hydra, you don't need an amp sim. No amp sim for you. Number 3, flexibility. How good is it at doing different genres? This one is also going to the Hydra because of the fact that the tone is so customizable with all of these different effects. It's just, you can make it work for almost anything, and they have a bunch of great presets right out of the box. With the Odin, if you have an amp sim, then I guess it could be just as flexible. Yeah, out of the box, Hydra is definitely more flexible. Articulations, key switches, realism, pinch harmonics, regular harmonics, tremolo picking, slides, all that. It's the Odin. Look at this giant list of key switches. They got down, open palm mute, hammer on, pull off, up, down, palm mute, bend up fast, bend up slow, auto slide. They just have a lot more articulations than Hydra does. And Hydra's articulations are also set up in a way that isn't very intuitive. So the Odin definitely takes it away with the realism and the sheer amount of articulations that you can do. Beginner friendliness. How easy this shit is to use from the jump. It's the Odin 3. The interface is a lot less intimidating than the Hydra. Although the Hydra does offer more customization, you can think of the Odin more as like an iPhone, where you're sort of like in a prison, but it's like a really pretty prison and an easy to understand prison. Whereas Hydra is a little more confusing, but the customization is a little crazier. So Hydra is very customizable, but it's also very intimidating. So if you're a beginner and you've never really played around with a guitar VST before, I would definitely recommend the Odin for you. Finally, price. Shreddage 3 Hydra comes in at $150. The Odin 3 is $170. Notice I didn't say $149 or $169 because that's some bullshit. It's $150 and $170. They're just trying to lie to you. I think the value for the price is about the same for both of them, because even though the Odin is a little bit more expensive, I mean, if you're going to spend $150, you might as well spend $170 if the Odin is looking better to you at this point. All right, so please enjoy this shootout between the different genres and with the different...